Hey, what's going on, AZ Triumphster family? Welcome back to the channel. It is 40 degrees out. Saturday here, Indian Motorcycles, Peoria. And I'm here to do some demos this morning and get some free grub, take out as many bikes as I can and give you guys as much feedback about them as I can. I'm definitely going to take out that Challenger. So let's get started. Alright, so I just got back from demoing this badass machine. It is a
so sit on this. Just sit on this real
limited.
Quick while I'm talking.
And the last video I did, which was a demo, I did the Chieftain Dark Horse. Anyhow, these guys are about to take off on another ride. But what I was saying was, there's definitely a noticeable power delivery difference in the Dark Horse and the Limited, which I don't really mind, because I mean it's a big motor in any regard. But I really liked the Limited. It didn't have extended reach, anything on it. It was either basic stuff or reduced reach, so it was a good fit for me. I took full advantage of having a radio to listen to while I was riding, messed with the adjustable windshield. Yeah, just great low speed handling, very confident, and just a blast, an all around fun, comfortable motorcycle. So right there is my buddy Andre. You've met him in previous videos. He's about to take out the FTR. As you can see, he's struggling with the height a little bit, just like I was. But when he gets back, we'll hear from him, and then I'll take out on ride 3 the Challenger. Alright, so I just got back from riding the Challenger. And my buddy Andre is over there crunching numbers with sales guy Sean, looking at possibly trading a Scout in for a 2018 Slim that they've got here that's got a bunch of nice parts on it. But let's talk about that Challenger. So I haven't ridden the comparable, if you will, Harleys. So it'd be difficult for me to say, you know, better or worse. But I can give my feedback about the experience and then compare it to the the Chieftain, my bad. So the Challenger comparatively to the Chieftain. Challenger's fairing, being the quote-unquote shark nose, makes the bike from the rider position feel bigger, and keeping in mind that I'm 5'5", so that's not difficult to do. But yeah, it feels like a little bit larger motorcycle. The touchscreen is a little bit further away, so you got to kind of lean in to reach it. The power delivery, so both bikes being a 116, I feel like the performance is more noticeable on the Challenger. The sound system on the Challenger is better, it's nicer. It does that thing where the volume increases as you accelerate and the speed is higher, and as you decelerate the volume comes down. The kickstand, being for a shorter guy, if you've ever demoed some of these larger bikes and you're a short guy like me, you know that it's difficult to reach the kickstand, both to bring it up and to put it back out. On the Challenger, they kind of worked around that. It springs out and it springs back, so once you get it going, it does the work for you, which is really nice. So both bikes, Chieftain and the Challenger, handle great at high speed and at low speed. Very deliberate, very confident handling. So undeniably, the Challenger is a very nice motorcycle. If I was in the market and had to choose between the two, just because, again, the Challenger feels like a larger motorcycle with the fairing placement, I believe I would choose the Chieftain. Probably not the Dark Horse. I liked the Limited. And again, I think it's just fairing placement. It's closer. I don't have to reach for the touchscreen, etc. So yeah, so there you go. My feedback on the Challenger. I'll try to get on video or at least a picture or two of the one I took out. It's a beautiful blue color. And then we'll find Andre around here somewhere and ask him what he thought about the FTR. And I think he took out, I don't know what the other one was, but we'll find out. All right, so I found Andre, and it turns out he took out this Springfield Dark Horse. All right, man, let's step over here because I know they're coming back. So tell me about the Springfield Dark Horse.
The Springfield is a real comfortable bike. The floorboards and seat make for a nice, easy ride. This thing's got cruise control on it, so you don't even have to mess with the throttle. It's definitely got plenty of power with the 116 in there. It's real flickable. Like, it was easy to, dip into the corners and hold it real easily without, scraping the floorboards because they're nice and high. So
Yeah.
for being a little bit bigger bike than my Scout 60, it felt just as manageable.
Right on. All right, well, let's
Definitely enjoyed it.
all right, and the other bike that he took out was this FTR, and I know you all want to know about this because I demoed it and put a video up a couple weeks ago. So, yeah, let's find out what Andre has to say about this. All right, yeah, dude, tell me about this FTR.
The FTR was tons of fun. Throttle response in sport mode is a little dangerous because of how quick it responds, obviously. Seat height, a little tall for a shorter guy like me. I was able to tiptoe and manage just fine. The ride position was more of a standard upright. I'm used to that. You didn't have to use a whole lot of upper body to, support yourself. It did feel higher than, a cruiser just because the style of bike it is. But it was just as comfortable as the Springfield I just took out. It's a little more sporty, obviously, but I would definitely recommend someone that's looking into more of a standard upright sport, but not quite sport bike. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely say, since you mentioned sport bike,
Yeah.
I think performance-wise, as far as handling and power delivery, it has the characteristics of a race-ready sport bike. So definitely, guys, if you're watching this and have pondered the FTR, try to find a way to demo it because I promise you won't be disappointed. So I'm going to see if these guys are going to put me on anything else before I take off. Well, I heard there's some free food.
Yeah.
And this guy might be looking at some bikes. So we'll check back in a minute. All right, so I just kind of sweet-talked one of the ride facilitators. He's going to get me on a bobber, Scout bobber, with some taller bars and a seat, kind of like a Springer seat pan thing here. This guy. So he said next ride out, so that should be like less than 5 minutes. So I'll do that, and then I'll come back, and I'll get a bite to eat from these guys here. They're serving chili and chili dogs, all kinds of stuff, so get that, and then we'll see what's up with Andre and his potential Harley purchase. All right, so while I was waiting for the next ride, this guy rolled up. I think he's handicapped of some sort because he had a wheelchair mounted to the back. But he's got a pretty kick-ass shifter setup. I think that's the sound of our next ride coming back right now. But yeah, this thing is tricked out. I love it.
The seat looks so comfortable. I gotta just fuck your butt.
Nice Corbin seat. Fancy bars. Look at those mirrors. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful motorcycle. A lot of work put into this. All right, next ride. All right, guys, so I wanted to give a little bit of insight on that Scout bobber I took out. I've demoed the Scout bobber when it first came out. I liked it a lot with the headlight cowl and the reduced reach foot pegs, the stubby fender. Aesthetically, it was a cool bike. Performance-wise, it was another Scout. Now, I just took out the one with the taller bars and the seat pan. It's like a bobber seat. And comfort-wise, it was much better. And I think they've improved the shocks too, so it seemed a little more forgiving. But I got to tell you, after riding the Challenger and the Chieftain, it feels good to get back on a small bike and just mob it around and just kind of give it hell and not really have to worry about its size or anything. So I've always liked the Scout. I've always thought it's a really cool little bike and everything. Don't know if I'll ever have one, but it was a fun demo. Now I get back from it, and I'm chatting with this guy that I met while we were staging for the demo. His name's Keith. He just got a 19 Scout bobber. We were talking about parts and stuff, and I was telling him all about Dean Speed Customs. So Keith, if you're watching this, shout out to you, man. It's great meeting you. Be safe, and hit up Dean Speed for anything you need, man. So I get done talking to Keith, and this gentleman says, "Hey, Bryce," and I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Hey, it's Doyle. I follow your channel." So that was pretty cool too. That hasn't happened too often, so it was cool to meet somebody that follows the channel and have that kind of happen organically. So Doyle, I know you're thinking about getting rid of your Thruxton and looking at some various American cruisers, and like I told you, man, I think it's a good option, and I don't think you'll regret it whichever way you go. But shout out to you, man. It was a pleasure meeting you today and chatting with you. So guys, that's all I've got for you for demo day here. I hope it was beneficial. Ultimately, I came out to have fun, and I had a great time. Met some awesome people, had some great food, enjoyed riding the bikes. So subscribe to the channel, please. And if you see me at an event, come up, say something. We'll talk bikes for a little bit. Like the video, guys, and as always, stay safe out there.